Life moves fast, and so does your career. You've built a successful path, but now it's time to diversify your investments and secure your financial future. Introducing The Prestige, your trustworthy, vetted partner in commercial real estate investing. We understand that you're time-starved with a family to care for and a demanding career to navigate, not only sheltering, but safely multiplying your returns in a hard asset, which does not walk away. You can drive by it anytime. At The Prestige, we specialize in serving professionals like you who seek safe and secure investments without the burden of becoming an expert in commercial real estate. With over 400 years of combined experience, our team of seasoned experts is here to guide you towards high return, high yield investments in a low yield market. We meticulously analyze market trends, assess potential risks, and identify lucrative opportunities, ensuring your investment portfolio is optimized for growth and stability. Here's a few of our client testimonials. Wow, DL, this is so exciting. I'm so happy for you and for us. Very exciting, and love the floor plans. We've got our distribution pending in our bank account. Thank you so much, DL. DL, we can set our watch to your distributions. Never missed a payment. Don't let time constraints hold you back from maximizing your investments. Visit The Prestige at mayhill.com today for our current and rare investment opportunity, and let us leverage our expertise to secure your future. DL began in commercial real estate in 2005 and is one of the top seasoned leaders in investing and developing in Southern California and Dallas, Texas. And there is no slowing down. The Prestige, your partner in commercial real estate investing.
So this presentation I have actually given, it's been about a year, but I did it in front of registered investment advisors, broker dealers, and family law offices to give them an update, because even in the advisor world, you would be surprised, but they may have experience in their own realm, in their own silo investment arena. Maybe they're an economics specialist, those kind of things, but they may not have commercial real estate experience. And that's okay, because it's a niche. There's real estate, and then there's a niche of commercial real estate. And I have 21 years of commercial real estate. So it's important, even if you're an advisor, to be learning a bit about how to do commercial real estate due diligence. And we do have a topic on our YouTube channel that covers that. So let's get right into it. Why would you listen to me? So one thing is, I am a retired engineer. I am the lead developer of the Prestige at Mayhill, and I can do accounting at a CPA level. So all of that experience does work. It's not 10 co-GPs with 2 years of experience. We have consultants that we have hired in, and you're going to see those consultants today that are working on our project, and we don't have a bunch of people who don't know how to do anything. So we've got the experience, and you're going to hear from Warren Ellis next, who is a former planner, and he's working with us as well. Right now I have $16 million assets under management, about 1 million square feet of assets under management. Our team has 400 plus years of combined construction and commercial experience. You're going to meet those people today. I've raised over $10 million in the capital markets in the last couple of years, but my first project was actually 16 doors independently. Way back when, there were not syndicators. People were actually doing properties in small teams or by themselves. So I just, that's where my start is. I didn't do any commercial. I didn't do any single family. I started with commercial real estate. I'm a Quest verified trainer several times, Big Dog, and taking some CCIM courses. Next, I'd like you to meet Warren Ellis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. As Dale said, my name is Warren Ellis. Just to give you a brief background of who I am. I have a bachelor's degree in design and architecture from University of Florida, a little over 35 years of experience in planning, and from two major cities, which is in Tampa and the city of Dallas. Basically, I'm working in development services to help with this project with the entitlement process and getting it through the city government, which is the city of Denton. So I bring a lot of wealth of knowledge from the city's perspective as well to this project, so we can make sure that we get all our entitlements approved and moving forward, so we can move forward with this proposal, this development. So looking forward to a project. It's a very exciting project, and we have an awesome team to work with in getting this development to fruition.
What did you do for the city of Tampa and for the city of Dallas when you were working as a city planner?
I worked in various aspects in the planning field, from comprehensive planning to zoning to urban design of various corridors within the city limits. So it was, and also the Board of Adjustment. We worked with Board of Adjustment cases where people needed relief from the actual zoning of their property. So it was very comprehensive. Also worked on comprehensive planning, long range planning for the city of Tampa. So it was very comprehensive in terms of that, working for the Hillsborough County City County Planning Commission. As it relates to the city of Dallas,
Yes.
I wanted to get into some type of development. So I worked in neighborhood planning in terms of help various neighborhoods within the city limits and different portions within the city proper in their neighborhoods, and working with the neighborhood associations as well as the stakeholders, businesses that help revitalize and redevelop various portions of the community, using various types of governmental funds to help facilitate that process. In addition to that, worked a little over 18 plus years in the planning department on zoning cases and working with various types of zonings throughout, in terms of major developments to commercial to residential developments, and recommending approval or denials of the various aspects of the zoning cases that came through for development.
That's an expanse of experience, really. 35 years of experience in a couple minutes, that's a lot of work. And what kind of things have you done for the Prestige at Mayhill and the honors way in the last year and a half with our team?
Basically walking the property with the geotechs, making sure that the geotechs did what they needed to do for site borings. Walked and met with the city officials regarding the landscaping and the trees. Also worked with various vendors in terms of utilities, working with those individuals to make sure that we got the proper utilities underground, and reviewed their design work, and working with the architect as well as our general contractors. So it's a very exciting project. And again, there's a lot of individuals and professionals that we constantly work with to make sure that this project comes to fruition.
That's great. Thanks for going through that with us. So the next slide is going to be, if you're an advisor, what's your client's why? You need to be thinking about what your client's why is. What's the reason that they would take time out on a Wednesday at their lunchtime to learn about how to invest, to learn about how to diversify? And if you're an independent investor, what's your why? So let's think about it a little bit. This is the most important slide that we have. And is it to shelter and protect your discretionary funds? Because with commercial real estate, it's half as risky as the stock market, and it's twice as lucrative. So with the Prestige at Mayhill, our other projects, you are collateralized by the property. So we like to have you participate in a number of different profit events, including the sale of the property that is backed by equity in the property. We're one of the only properties that you can get involved with that has equity backing your principal. So do you want to shelter and protect your discretionary funds? Do you want to diversify? Are you a time-starved professional where you're on that merry-go-round and you're putting all your time into your boss's job, or your clients are putting all your time into your boss's job? Do you want freedom from your job? Do your investors want freedom from their jobs? You have to think about this step by step and think about it with your investor to say, well, what do they want? What does freedom look like for them? Is it to replace your income with passive cash flow or with the sale of properties to go back into your investment account, your IRA? Or do you want to double your income in passive cash flow? In the next 5 or 10 years, what are your goals? Would you like to fire your boss? Would you like to let them know that you have options? You just have some options. Well, I'm feeling like my plan B is working out pretty well for me, and I think I'm going to go ahead and give my notice. Give them a month's notice and help them to get their next phase set up. But then, what would you do with that time? Would you be spending more time with family? Would you be on a beach? Would you be water skiing or skydiving or whatever activity? This is an important slide because it really talks about what is in it for you. So we mentioned the 201k. I know it's a 401k, but if you look at the stock market, that's debatable. We have our secret sauce IRA custodian who will actually has flat fees. And so when your account balance increases, then you don't have to pay more. So let's move on from there. Some topics that we do cover on our YouTube channel are the trap of the high income earner, a better way to build wealth, how to do commercial real estate due diligence, how to do your first commercial deal. So we spend time in training because it's important to be guarded against the syndicators who don't have experience and they're just in it to try to make that fee. Very important. Some of the training that we do have, you'll see at ownersyoutube.com. We have over 150 commercial real estate videos on the market, on interest, inflation, the market, the submarket, project updates. All of our investors get project updates at the YouTube channel. So this is your resource to find out what's up to date on the project, what's going on. And then we get on videos like this and we have dinners and different states and different cities in Texas. So like and subscribe today to the YouTube channel, honorsyoutube.com, and it's all free education. And I've gotten so much feedback from investors when they say, man, nobody else does this. All the syndicators want to get on, they don't answer questions, and they don't give us time to do due diligence. You guys have a great program where you've got the education, you're teaching people how to do your due diligence. So this has been really helpful to serve our people. We've got this information on our website too. So before I was a commercial real estate investor, I did work with clients like Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, the Army, the U.S. Army was one of my clients. So I have a very strong corporate background as an engineer. So here are some of the people that we're working with. You've met me. You've met Mr. Ellis. And Kobe Hanai is our current co-developer, and he has over 1,400 transactions in townhomes in Nashville and rehab multifamily. So he is working with me on these co-developer action items that we have to get done for the budget. And his team, Mike Carrasco, I've known for 17 years. We set up this construct together for these properties, and he has over 25 years in commercial real estate, mortgage broker. So from humble beginnings, as we are about in the middle of our presentation, this was the beauty that I took over. 16 doors, 2 stories. It was there were all one bedrooms. So I forced 80% vacancy. I did the rehab and I re-tenanted with small working families. I doubled the property value in a year. And then I ended up keeping it for 6 years. And instead of beer cans and those kind of things around the property, we started to have toys out, and the children were able to come home and focus on their homework. And so it was a real paradigm shift to do that. I also have worked on about 10 million square feet of commercial real estate, including value analysis, value engineering of large commercial properties. And we worked on flipping a retail center in Plano, in the middle of Plano, very large properties, mixed use, storage, industrial. It comes to about $350 million of properties that I've worked on. So this is the actual retail center that we worked on flipping in Plano, and an industrial portfolio that had mixed use, both hard and soft commercial in that portfolio. So you can see that with what Warren is talking about and the skill set of our consultants and my skill set, we're projecting the fact that we do have the exact experience. And this is a great point. I want you to think about that when you're listening to some of the other deals that are coming across your desk. Look for the experience, because when times get tough, they don't know what to do, and there'll be a capital call in those deals. So if you have a property and you have properties that have equity in them, the property is safe. Even through thick and thin, you still have your equity, you still have your principal, and this experience is very important. You want to vet the jockey, that's the team, and vet the horse, that is the property. If you've ever wondered about our investment thesis and how that translates into tangible results, then look at our sister property, 22 North in Northwest Austin, 240 units on 11 acres. And Class A++, our tenants just paid the rent during the pandemic, and they stayed for 5 or 6 years. So it's an excellent model that we have brought into the Prestige at Mayhill. And some of the pictures that you're going to see in the deal room are actuals from our property 22 North. We have leveraged the financials with Mike Carrasco, underwriting with Carrasco, conceptual site plans with our engineers. We have some of the best civil engineers in the state of Texas. So we have the development plans that we've brought into the Prestige at Mayhill from 22 North. We're leveraging that, architectural renderings, all of that ideology that we brought in here. So as much as we can, including interior design, we have brought that from our sister property, 22 North. Some statistics. Well, we went over some of these, right, of 22 North, but these are some actual pictures of our 22 North property. Gorgeous asset, and we can get into that, on a phone call or a discovery call. And again, we're going to be ready here, available if you want to give us a call, 817-409-8795 after this webinar, 817-409-8795. Sold for a profit of $22 million in 2021. So that's a success track record. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the people that we're working with, and Warren's going to help me out by speaking to their experience, except for Brad, I think. Maybe you're not familiar with Brad, but Brad Blazer is known as the $2 billion man. And I've even brought some of my team to some of his workshops to get that knowledge base and that practice in. He works with financial advisors, registered investment advisors, broker dealers, and family law offices. And he's put us into some good places where we can speak and teach about due diligence, help the advisors to do due diligence. Great team to work with there. He keeps us updated on SEC regulations and how to be in compliance with that, so that our blue sky registration is done, so that our equity roster is in with the attorneys, and so that each and every capital raise is legal and lawful under the SEC. So that's Brad. He works with us on an advisory role, and he's working with us on our condo project as well. So we worked with FactRight for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and they are taking our condo project into their platform to be available for the registered investment advisors. And so that's exciting to take that next fund there. But Maureen, can you give us an idea of how you've worked with each of these other folks and what we're working on now?
I'd like to basically talk to you briefly about maybe 3 to 4 bullet points in which we've been working with our team with. And like I mentioned earlier, we've been working with our general contractor as well as our construction project manager, as well as our other entire team, on making sure that the project is well coordinated in terms of from start to finish. And some of the key elements that we worked on in the project so we can move forward is we did have a removal of 2 underground parking garages, which is very key because that gave us a soft cost savings a little over $2 million. And in doing so, with removal of those 2 underground parking structures, we had to add additional 66 parking spaces on site, in which we did. We worked very closely with our architects as well as with our civil engineers to make sure that those were properly addressed on the plan. In addition to that, we've worked with our interior designer, which they have completely designed the spaces similar to our 22 North project in Austin, Texas. So all those spaces have been designed. And lastly, we've been working closely with the various utility companies. The project or site has various utilities that goes through the property, and we have worked closely with them in order to make sure that certain utilities are buried underground, so will not be encroaching or adversely affecting the sight lines or within the proposed development. So just those 3 or 4 highlights of what that we've been working with our team on. There's a lot more that I can go into, but because of the time constraints, we just wanted to be very succinct and just let you know where we are in the process of this development.
Thanks for leading that effort as well, taking those things off my plate. I appreciate you guys doing that. Okay, so we also have our interior design team, very professional, and they have expertise in this Class A++, the Class A luxury, multifamily. They have given us ideas like having an influencer room in the fitness center, having different places on the property where our tenants can do their influencer videos. It's a 30-something professional. And this experience, again, is just piled on. We have mountains of experience, up to 400 years. So let's keep that in mind when we are looking at people that we might want to partner with. And I'm going to have Rochelle take a minute to talk about her finance background and how she is working on helping our investors and our advisor investors along in the process.
Thank you, DL. Hi, everyone. Glad to see you all. My name is Rochelle, and I have a bachelor degree in business administration, major in financial management. I also do have 5 years of customer service experience. So, in honors way, I'm an investor support to help investor whatever their inquiry is, and I'm also doing updates to Deal Room that you have for investor portal and do handling of ownership documents. So I also do help in closing and signing ownership documents for incoming investors. So especially if you do have custodians that we need to work on, I'm the one connecting to them so we can have smooth and faster transactions and communications. And I'm also doing 15 minutes discovery call. Sometimes maybe you hear my voice in your phones. So I do help investors align their investment idea and interest to help your money grow and shelter, of course. And also, so you can get to know us and we can get to know you. So everyone, I'm glad to see you all here
Yeah,
today.
great. Awesome. Yeah, good job. Thanks for that.
Thank
I
you,
know
DL.
We work you hard. I'm a mean boss, and so I take pride in that. But it's easy when you have a good team and they like to work hard because, iron sharpens iron. The word says iron sharpens iron, and we do work hard, but we have fun as well. So we're going to go to Dr. Adam, and he's going to help us to understand his role with the Investor Club Champions and leading that piece.
Hi there, everyone. This is Dr. Adam, Director of Investor Champions. I hold a Bachelor of Surgery, and our role here is when you schedule a discovery call with us, we dedicate those 15 minutes to really understand what you're looking for, listening, and what kind of strategy might fit you best. That way, you leave the call with clarity and you know exactly what the next steps could look like. One thing we take pride is our ongoing support for customer service. Once you are part of us, you're never questioning documentation or just reassurance about how everything is progressing. And we're here to make sure that you always reach someone out and keep your communication with us and it's feeling clear and confident through the journey. Also, working with custodians and paperwork can sometimes feel overwhelming, but that's where we come in. We walk you through each step, make sure the forms are completed correctly, and ensure everything is submitted on time. The goal is to take the stress off your plates so that the process feels smooth, professional, and easy to follow. Always remember, we don't want you to invest right away, and we want you to do your own due diligence.
Right. We do want you to do your own due diligence, and we want to take a breath. We're not going to pressure you into something that you're not going to be comfortable with. And Dr. Adam actually hit the nail on the head with that. It usually takes about 2 weeks to do due diligence. And then the next week we walk through ownership documents, and we've been continuously helping people on a consistent, persistent basis with that. So great team. Some folks you may be hearing on your phone. And why do we do multifamily? We're going to get into the wrap-up stage here because we want to honor your lunchtime. We know you have a boss looking over your shoulder in a couple minutes and saying, hey, finish your sandwich, drink your coffee, let's go. But, in 5 or 10 years, it could be different for you, right? It could be different for your investor clients. So why do we do multifamily? It's not my favorite asset class. As you can see, I've done a lot of different commercial asset classes, but everybody needs a place to live and the demand is high. In Dallas, we are running to meet demand. The rents rose in Dallas over 6% in Class A++ over the last year. But in our local area, rents rose 11%, which is almost double. So we're in a good submarket, in a good market, not like Houston, even better than Austin. Dallas is the strongest market. So multifamily, we're providing places for people to live. And we're running to meet that demand. Right now, there's not a lot of starts in development, which is great because when these units come out in about 2 years, then, about a year and a half for the first units to come out, then they're going to be in a market that has even more demand. And with our condo project, which is the Corinth Living Condos, it's a mixed use, 30 units that will be multifamily for the long-term cash flow, and 30 units of condominiums that we can sell quickly and throw off income into the project right away. 55 plus active community. So there is that need for housing. Hard assets don't walk away. It's safer than the stock market. Why Texas? I think everybody knows why Texas. And if you don't, you really need to look into this because Texas is one of the strongest for construction and one of the strongest for multifamily. Dallas is number 1 in multifamily construction in the entire nation. Our guys can work all year. Dallas is number 2 in the nation for all kinds of construction. So it's growth. People are moving here from all states, and they do want to be in the best economy. I just traveled to New York a couple weeks ago, and what a depressed economy. You can just tell by the people who are not doing well because of the economy of that state. But take a look at Dallas, and the economy is so strong that it's great to be on this side of the balance sheet. We've got tenants with high-paying jobs, good credit, and they're consistently paying their rent on time. That's what we want. So your time and money are valuable, and a good owner should respect both. We don't consider ourselves syndicators. We own the property since 2023, and it's a different mindset. So in conclusion, I hope you have enjoyed hearing the team of Honors Way give updates from their departments. It's been very helpful for me to hear that as well. 22 North stands as a testament to our operational excellence, as well as the prestige at Mayhill and Corinth Living Condos. We have a deep understanding of the real estate market and commitment to delivering high returns for investors. So if you have a question about that, please give us a call at 817-409-8795. And I'm going to share a little about the resources that you have available to you. Remember, honorsyoutube.com to like and subscribe. This is where our investors get their updates on YouTube. They also get a quarterly announcement of updates and work performed. But this is going to be your lifeline. We have 22 North, the sister property in Austin. And you can look, here are actuals from 22 North. Feel free to look at that because that's exactly the direction that we're going. Our interior design is done, and that's like the last part of the planning stage, getting ready to push some dirt around with that underground parking garage removed. So that's another resource for you. We have our website, Prestige at Mayhill, and I invite you to look at the team and check out our bios again. We've got all of the information transparently available. Also in the deal room, transparently available. You've met some of these people today, and you'll meet some of these people on your phones. So that's a resource. The last thing that I'm going to spend a couple minutes on is our deal room. So we closed out our phase 1 financial raise at just under $9 million, and that was for the entitlement phase. So we took a $6.2 million property and we increased the value with entitlements to $13.3 million. That's where that equity comes in. That's where our owners, our partners are protected in the equity. Nobody does that. We have the Fund 3, which is open right now, and you can call us at 817-409-8795, and you can talk to somebody about how do I do due diligence on Fund 3. This is the vertical fund. So we've raised capital. The offering has only been open for about 7 weeks, I think, and we've raised capital and we've put it into the city contract, the building permit, the plat, all of those final things. And then we have our Corinth Living Condos, and I'm going to go into this quickly. It's only available to a select few. We're just getting that information up into the deal room. We are offering a very high return for just a 3-year term. It's up to a 3 times return, so it's very, very strong. We have a high 39% targeted internal rate of return and 1.4% debt coverage ratio. So the bank wants to see that for every dollar we're spending in expenses, we have to be pulling in 1.2 or 1.3. And so 1.4 or 1.5 debt coverage ratio is very, very strong. We've got those. It's going to be 60 units, a 6-story building, and property that we already own. We already own it. We're not putting an LOI out on it. We own it. So when you get access to the deal room, you'll be able to see the renderings. You'll be able to see information about the market, the sub-market, the construction area. You'll see some four-sided elevations, the investment documents, and all of our approvals, of course, are in Fund 3. So let's take a look at that quickly as we wrap it up. Very, very transparent. Also, the investors have access to this portal. And here's our actuals from 22 North that we're pulling into the Corinth Living Condos. We're pulling into Prestige Vertical Fund. And you can see how much information is available. We've got 2 places where you can invest. And then we have a ton of documentation, probably too much, but if you pay attention to the first 5 or 6 attachments there, then you'll be good. We are transparently placing all of our approvals, our stepped plan, our plans, reports, all in the deal room that you can go through with Rochelle and with Dr. Adam. And you have access to download all of those. So very, very transparent in terms of ownership. You're probably pretty surprised. We'll pick you up off of the floor right now. Then we have the deal room that has the deep dive with Mike Carrasco and I going through why multifamily, why Class A luxury multifamily, why Dallas is better than Austin, all of those good things. So I would welcome being able to talk with you all about continuing your due diligence. 817-409-8795.
After a lifetime of hard work and dedication, it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. As you enter into retirement, securing your nest egg and preserving your financial future becomes paramount. Not only sheltering, but safely multiplying your returns in a hard asset, which does not walk away. You can drive by it anytime. Introducing The Prestige, your trustworthy, vetted partner in commercial real estate investing. We understand that you seek less risk, financial security, and a reliable source of income. With over 400 years of combined experience and proven track records, The Prestige is your beacon of trust. We specialize in providing safe and secure investment opportunities tailored to your retirement goals. We know that you need to rely on experts to navigate the complexities of the market. That's why our team of seasoned experts is here to guide you every step of the way. Our collateral contracts have been approved 10 plus times by Quest IRA, which is under the SEC. Here are just a few of our client testimonials. Wow, DL, this is so exciting. I'm so happy for you and for us. Very exciting. Love the floor plans. We've got our distribution pending in our bank account. Thanks so much, DL. DL, we can set our watch to your distributions. Never missed a payment. Don't compromise on your retirement dreams. Visit The Prestige at mayhill.com today for our current and rare investment opportunities. And let us utilize our 400 plus years of experience to safeguard your nest egg and provide you with a secure investment in a low yield market. We are owner operators with daily hands-on on-site responsibilities. We are not syndicators. DL began in commercial real estate in 2005 and is one of the top seasoned leaders in investing and developing in Southern California and Dallas, Texas. And there is no slowing down. The Prestige, your trusted partner in commercial real estate investing